Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and today's section is number 10. I haven't actually peeled this one off ready, but if you can see here, this one, the washi tape has sort of moved apart, which makes me think that I've cut the plastic enough on that one, but not so much on these two that haven't moved. And I don't even think I cut in the same place that time. So let's see how that goes. See if I can, have I got up both pieces? Okay, so I've got up both pieces there. I definitely prefer cover paper, but there we go. That wasn't too bad. So we are back over on the right. But we are getting some more of the white parts done. So it's not all bad. I am hoping that my laptop stays charged enough for me to actually finish this whip and waffle, because it's been a busy day today. I am filming this the night before, so I've just had a very busy day making sure that pretty much all launch orders have got out. I think there's just a couple of US ones to go out, but they'll be going out first thing, and then everything will be up to date. So my laptop has, the battery has just been depleting and depleting all day. So we'll see if it lasts this waffle, or if I have to hope that my iPad is charged and try and use that. But I hope everybody is having a great Monday. It is cooking here in the UK. And you may well know from previous waffles, we don't cope as well with the heat. I do have an aircon unit, thank goodness. It is the one thing that definitely keeps it a lot more bearable in the summer, but it's so tiring, the heat. That's what I find. It's like it's getting nearer the end of the day for me now. It's like evening time and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy to do anything by the time I finish this, or whether the heat's just gonna make me want to sit and do naught. We did have a downpour of rain before, though it didn't really clear the air as much as we were hoping. But yeah, that's enough of weather woes for the day. Now, I have got a comment here, and I can't remember if it was the last comment I answered on yesterday's waffle or not. I think I did. But I'm going to repeat it and do a short version answer just in case I didn't. But Marianne says, is the Advent calendar on your website for this coming Christmas, or is there a new one that you're putting together? So the Advent calendar diamond painting on our website is last year's diamond painting that we did. It is there for people if they want to do it in future ones, but there will be a new diamond painting for December Advent for 2023. It's not an Advent calendar painting, but it does have a different twist, because I like to make them a little bit different wherever possible, as long as the ideas keep coming. And so far, I have an idea. Carrie says, thank you so much for the June waffle. She said it's been given her motivation to work on her whip, which she will finish soon. She says then she will work on another painting that she has been wanting to do. She said she has bad daily migraines along with depression, she said, which makes it hard to want to do much of anything. She said, sadly, today her dog knocked her favourite pen off the table and broke it. Oh dear. She said, so it's back to the plastic pink pens that come with kits for a while until she can afford a new one. It is a shame, and you know they don't do it on purpose, but my goodness me, those tails gonna go. She says it won't keep her from painting. She said she did get frustrated, but she looked over at his pity smile and she couldn't be mad. Oh, bless. She says, everyone enjoy the waffle. Well, you enjoy the waffle regardless of, you know, accidents that happen. Just join in as and when you can, and slowly plod your way through your whip, knowing that there's one you want to do at the end of it, like a mini reward for yourself. I don't know if I said as well, because I'm losing it today. This pen was gifted to me by Brianne and her boys for today. They actually gifted me 3 gorgeous pens, so I might be using some more of those over the next couple of days before I dip into some of my other ones in my stash / ones that we sell and ones that I have got from other places, and I'll start dipping into those. But I like to use the ones I've been gifted first off, and they do get used in my daily diamond painting as well on occasion. I tend to sort of end up picking one and sticking with it for quite a while. Tammy says, hi Rebecca. She says she is working on Fireworks Finale by Bonnie White from Diamond Art Club. She says will be taking a vacation to Scotland on the 13th through to the end of the month. So she is taking the Mandela paint gems with her to work on while she's there. She said she will have her laptop with her so she can continue to listen to the June Waffle in the evening. She said, thanks for doing this event. It's fun to have your videos to listen to each day. Well, you'll have arrived in Scotland, or at least be on your way to Scotland, depends on how far away you are. As this whip and waffle goes up, I hope you have an amazing time. Bit nicer weather for it as well, which is good. Though, as I say, we don't cope very well with the heat. Not many places can cope very well with the heat either. I think that's most of the problem. We're not built, houses aren't built for hot weather, and places aren't equipped for hot weather. Sarah B says, hi Rebecca. She says, so she can confirm as she writes this that we are 6 days into this waffle. She said she was correct, that she is in big trouble. She hasn't been able to keep up with me yet, she said. It's varied from day to day. So on the day she wrote this, she said she only had about 5 or so minutes left to do after I'd finished. But yesterday she had 20 minutes to go. She says she's enjoying the June Waffle so much, and she said thanks for putting this event on for us. It is a pleasure. I do love doing it. Right. My tray is empty again, so I am now on pot 6, tipping pretty much half. Nice big fat chunk of white. Get my little shaker going and then tip the excess over to the side so I can work as quick as possible from tray to diamond painting. If I was working on my easel, I probably wouldn't put quite as many diamonds in, but that's just because I would be holding my tray on an edge, on an angle. But because I am working on a flat surface, I can get away with having this big pile of diamonds over here. Janita says that the pen I used on the 6th of June is beautiful. Thank you so much. I've got so many gorgeous pens. I am very blessed with the amount of pens that I've got, and it does make me smile each and every time I use them. Janita also says she finished a lovely scenery diamond painting today. She says so she's going to start a new one tomorrow. I don't know what's more exciting, finishing one or starting a new one. I don't know. It can be a mix between the two, because even if you have done, or you know, you're doing a painting that maybe is not quite as nice as another painting you've got to do, finishing it can be, you know, such a high, but also can be moving on to another painting that you know is going to be easier to do, or is more likely to be better quality than the one you've done before. It's just so many different factors, but yeah, I don't know which is my favourite. I love them both. Janita also says she has a parrot that barks when strangers come. I think the only thing that saved the poor postie today was the fact that Catherine was home, so she took her to go and sit on her bed, and I was able to actually give the poor postie like the 6 or 7 bags of post. 2 trips to the van he took to get all the mail out. But yeah, sometimes it can be deafening if there's only me in the house. She can be deafening when the door goes. We're getting there. We are getting there. She does have moments that she's better. But she just wants to bark at all the peoples. She was in the car the other day, and we nipped to the shop on the way home, and she felt the need to bark at all the strangers outside because they were near her car. It was funny. Serena, she said, hi Rebecca. She said, well, 7 days ago she had no idea what a waffle was. She says, so thank you. She says she is about 6 months into finding this awesome, peaceful hobby. She said she is doing 1 section a day, but her sessions seem to take 3 to 4 hours. She said, well, today she did finish the 1 project, and her next is Diamond Art Club Tech Meltdown, which she bought for her hubby's birthday gift, which was in early April. She said, just a bit late. She said, thank you for the chat each day. Well, I am sure that he will love it, delayed or not. And June Waffle is the ideal time to start making some decent progress on that, if you can squeeze out the time each day. Helen says she loves the term eye cleaning. She said she is sorry to hear about Dixie, and she's thinking of you. I think it was Laurie that put up about Dixie and the eye cleaning. Sounds like a Laurie saying. Helen said she was able to get a bit of her diamond painting done last night. Yay! And she is currently doing another section right now. She said she's got a little bit more time before some cards are needing to be done. She said, but Father's Day is killing her. She said she's got loads to do, but she does love it, so all is good. She said it's just pants that it comes around at June Waffle. She says, thank you. It is, you know, the timing of these holidays is not always the best, but what can we do? What can we do? If not, it would be something else. Nicole, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, my name is Nicole and I love your channel. Thank you. She says she's been diamond painting for a while now and she loves sitting and painting while watching my channel. She says this is the first June waffle that she has joined in and she's loving it. She says she's currently working on a piece that she got as a gift from a friend from Craftability called Frost Dragonling by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. She said, who happens to be my favourite artist. Oh, bonus there. She said it's 24 inches by 32 inches. She says, not a small piece. She is having loads of fun sitting down at the end of each day, she said, with you to keep me company. She said she's taken my suggestion of setting up another large piece. She says, well, actually two. She said one in September and one in November, and she's doing the same as in June. She said both pieces are by the same artist, and she's been filming her progress and uploading it to her channel on a Tuesday. So she has a record of her progress. She says thank you for the company and she's looking forward to seeing everyone else's progress in the Facebook group. She said again, thanks again for doing this. Oh, you're so welcome. It's the fact that we all get something different out of it. And we all get to chitter-chatter on a day-to-day basis that makes the June waffle so much fun. And so different to the December event as well, which is what I love. It's, you know, it's the same sort of concept, but also different in enough ways to not feel like it's the same. Grey Legrand, she said she loved hearing the story of my first diamond painting. She said she didn't know about it until last July. She said someone posted a diamond painting in her hummingbird group. It was a partial painting by Diamond Dots. She said she went to a local Joann's store and bought the kit. She says she completed it in 2 days and she was hooked. Diamond painting can definitely do that to you. It can definitely grab you by the short and curlies and say, I am now your hobby. Whether you want me to be or not, I am now your hobby. Nancy, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, thanks for doing this June waffle. She says she's joining the group a little late as she is just back from holiday with her daughter and family in England. She said and she hadn't had time to set things up before she left for her trip. She says she's decided that catching up is impossible, so she has kitted up Diamond Art Club's The Bluebird Song by Chuck Pinson, and she's just going to work on a regular section a day and see where I land. Perfect. You know, you were away at the beginning of June. There is no need to make it a stressful experience in any which way whatsoever. So do a section a day and see where you end up. Sometimes it's just nice to even just take note of when you start a painting and then see where you end up after a set amount of time. Half the time it's YouTube that makes me realise sometimes that I've actually had a certain painting kitted up for quite a while, or I've actually completed a painting really quick, because I don't take note of sort of exactly when I do start a project compared to when it gets finished. She says she is going camping at the end of June, so she will miss working on the kit at that time as well. But alas, she says she will take a smaller one with her, or maybe two. She said she has picked up some new Paint Gem mini sets, which arrived yesterday, and she does have a couple of other paintings on the go. She found diamond painting the same way I did, she said, by a Facebook ad, and her beige tray is also one of her favourites. She says she'll see you tomorrow. You will. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Even when the June waffle finishes, I think I've got videos scheduled in for a few days after it, so you won't end up missing me too much. Sherry says, thank you for the opportunity to enter the giveaway. That was on the 7th. She said, have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow. You are more than welcome. I am enjoying doing all the little giveaways. So far, everybody is getting back to us really, really promptly, which is great because I can get them in the next day's post and get them on the way to people. The Art Dot one is now closed, and the winner will be drawn for that one soon. But yeah, stay tuned. There's many more to come throughout the month. It may feel like the month is flying by, but there is still plenty of opportunities to enter more giveaways and things. Tiffany, she says she's looking forward to the new trays being available, which they are now. Of course, this comment was quite a few days before launch. She says she's planning on buying the plum and pink tray bundle, she said, and a tray holder. Well, I hope you managed to get what you want. The bundles did go extremely quick. The past couple of months, they've gone extremely quick. We are trying to make sure that next month we have a lot more bundles available, because people do seem to like them. It takes a while to sort of get the stock levels right, but we're trying to make sure there is more available for next month, because I think you're all going to love next month's colours. But, you know, maybe it's just me. Kaz says, hi Rebecca. She says, after what seemed like a stressful day at work, she says, watching your video, she said, somehow soothes her mind. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad I can help. There's nothing like trying to de-stress from a stressful day at work, and I'm so glad that I can help you to do that and enjoy your evening while you're no longer in said stressful place at work. She said also, she says she can't wait for launch day, as she has her eye on 2 glitter trays. I hope you managed to get them. I think you did, but so many names run through my head. I'm like, oh, have I got confused? Is it not that person? Is it not that Kaz? Is that a different Kaz? Who knows? But anyway, I hope everybody did manage to get hold of what they wanted, and it's now on their way to them. Susan says she's enjoying the whip and waffle this year. She said last year she just watched each day and painted, but didn't upload. She said it is 2:36 a.m. in Australia. Wow. She says she thinks she better go to bed now. Have a nice day. I hope you managed to get some sleep and maybe a bit of a lie-in going to bed that late. And if not, I hope you're feeling refreshed from whatever sleep you did manage to get. It's definitely harder for us to sleep in this heat. Whew. Mysterious Days. She says, hey Rebecca, she says the thing with multi-placing is the type of tip, she says, that you are multi-placing with. She says she is really fast with the white plastic multi-placers. The thin ones, she says, like the ones from Diamond Art Club. She says, but not the thick plastic ones, the clear ones. She said, since it hides the diamond. She says she does them at an angle too. She says metal multi-placers are a bit hit and miss. She said if they are thin or too thick. She says she doesn't mind replacing her plastic multi-placers because she does have a ton extra, she says, for the ease. She says 4 placers are the easiest. There's definitely a big consensus around 4 placers being a really good one to start with. She said also she has a big series of questions. Okay, so she says, will you be continuing to stock the Advent Calendar diamond paintings? She said both the Zesty Wolf and last year's. She says it will make her cry, make her want to cry cost-wise, but she hopes to be able to get the actual Advent calendars. Oh, hang on. So these are different questions. Okay, so let me answer the first one. In relation to the Advent calendar and Zesty Wolf, it's not guaranteed that we will restock those once they are gone. Zesty Wolf didn't get restocked at all, really, until this latest one. We did get quite a decent, like a big, healthy amount in the latest restock, so I expect them to be in stock for a bit. But we won't necessarily then go rushing to restock them after that. It may be that it's another year or so down the line if demand is wanted for them. So the demand had increased for Zesty Wolf with those that weren't diamond painting when I first did it, and the demand was there for the Advent calendar, partly because it was so different, I think. Made the demand quite high for that one, so we got a very good restock in, but there's no guarantee that we will restock that afterwards. We are primarily a shop for accessories, so we got a pretty decent size restock in because we wanted it to last a bit and allow people to budget and, you know, get it when it suited them. But once they are gone, it may not get restocked again. So then she says it may make her cry cost-wise, but she hopes to be able to get the actual Advent calendars. So these are where we have the goodies in the bags. She says, will they have the same items or different for the 12 and 24 day? So we are just doing a 24-day Advent calendar, which was our original. Last year we originally were only bringing out a 24-day. It was due to the demand, the unexpected demand of the 24-day, that we brought out a 12-day to try and help as much as we can, appease people, because we weren't able to get the full 24-day items in. So this year it will just be a 24-day. It has lots of different items in. There might be a few that are, say, similar but different, if that makes sense. So there may be, for example, you know, there was a pen in there last year. There might be a pen in there this year, but it won't be the same pen as last year. Hopefully that makes sense. If there is something that is the same as last year, it will still be different to last year. But we've got quite a few new and exciting things that I'm quite excited for anyway, all mixed in with other accessories. And hopefully, cost-wise, it will be achievable for many. We always aim to keep the cost as low as we can. But yeah, we do also, or we will be announcing soon in the next few weeks, a pre-order offer or sort of deal that should make it more open to more people. But we have got a lot of stock in for it. A lot of stock in for the Advent, because we just, yeah, it absolutely mortified us last year that there were so many people that wanted it, and we underestimated how many people would want the Advent calendar. And we don't want that disappointment this year. We're actually hoping we have overstocked on the Advent, is the hope. But we shall see. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff coming with that, which we've been planning while Megan's been off these last couple of weeks, and hopefully over the next few weeks we'll be able to get stuff lined up to be able to announce details of the Advent calendar first off, and then the diamond painting that we're doing for December will come later. Jen says she feels comfortable now using a 3-placer. I'm getting there with a 3-placer, though I haven't diamond painted on my Dreamers designs for a while, so I've not used a 3-placer for a while. But the last time I was diamond painting, I did sort of, you know, when something goes in your head part way through and you're like, oh, actually I am doing better with this. I sort of had that little aha moment while diamond painting last time, and yeah, I feel like I'm definitely getting there with it, though I'm excited to try a 4-placer and see if it makes it easier or harder for me after using the 3-placer. Diana says she loves these videos. She said she gets more diamond painting done while watching them, she says, than she does on most other days. She says, thank you, Rebecca, for the inspiration. Everything's easier to do with a friend. For sure it is easier to do with a friend, so I'm so happy that you can join me and diamond paint some of June away and enjoy it while you're doing it. I keep shaking the diamonds down again because I love the first 3 rows in this tray for not a long distance to get the diamonds from the tray to the canvas. So I find myself always shaking them over to try and get that section before I start going further and further in to use them up. Dharma Lady, she says, hello from across the pond. Hello. She says she just wants to say that she loves our trays. Oh, thank you. She says the spacing and the height of the lines are perfect. She says they're nice and sturdy, and the spout is easy to use. She says she was wondering if you've ever thought about making an even larger tray than the Add More Zest size tray. She says she is an avid multi-placer. She says she knows it's not for everyone, but she really enjoys it. She said, and having a wider tray would make it easier to scoop up the number of diamonds that she wants. My hubby's actually replied to this one, who's down as Mr. 4 Kids. He has replied and said we could make it longer, and we could call it the, you know, extra tray or something like that. He said he thinks if it's any wider, it would be difficult to hold. She said that he did say, though, wider would be easier to print, as the printer beds are square. So that's something we might be able to look at, seeing if we could do in the future. Try and make a wider version. It is the holding of it that would be the problem. I know few people prefer the zesty for it. I suppose we could still make it as a tray that you can hold. But if you're working flat, then I suppose that wouldn't really matter. Or you could hold it this end, where I sometimes do when I'm using the diamonds from that side of the tray. I will hold it the other end. So I'll put it on our list. I don't know how quick it would be. We're about to enter into our, what I call, busy season, with the advent calendar and advent painting and all the rest of it. I know it's only June, but all the prep that goes into that, and then how busy it gets when those items launch. It gets crazy in this house, absolutely crazy. So I don't know when it would be, but I'm more than happy to put it on our potential list, and it will squeeze in at some point. The only thing I fear with a bigger tray is how long it would take to print. That's my only thing. So we maybe would have to limit the colours that we could do it in, so that we can actually only print it on maybe our faster printer. That might not be an unreasonable time frame, because if we slow down the print time on any other printer, the quality drops, and I'm not happy dropping the quality. So yeah, I'll put it on the potential list. Mumsy says she was so gutted to miss the giveaway on the one on the 5th. She said as she's playing catch up, she said it keeps throwing her back to last year's June waffle though. Trying to make you catch up on last year's. She says on to the next one. She says she is nearly caught up. She's doing a mystery painting which has no description, and is from a random budget seller. She says mainly very pink and purple. She says not her usual choice, but she will see how it unfolds. There are many more giveaways coming up. Many more giveaways coming up. I know 24 hours is quite a short time period, but because we need to be able to reset the password for any potential future giveaways, yeah, we try not to have it open for too long, but there are definitely more. So catch them sort of when you can, depending on how busy your life is. But there's definitely more to come this month, quite a few more. Jackie says she can totally relate to the see you tomorrow or speak to you tomorrow phrase. She says because it makes her so happy too. She also says that she has the glow painting that was a giveaway the other day, and it is absolutely gorgeous. She said it is an absolutely beautiful painting. I've got quite a few diamond paintings that are forming part of the giveaways from different manufacturers, some that we've bought ourselves or I've bought myself, and some that I haven't. So it is actually a mixture of the two. There are quite a few that we have paid good money for. But one, I want to make the giveaways varied, and two, I have too much in my stash, so I'm making some very hard decisions in relation to paintings, and yeah, there are quite a few hard ones that have needed to be made, and I know that it'll do me good in the long run. That's all I keep saying. It's my good deed. Tina, she says hello again. She says and thank you for your company as always. She said she found her 4 placer her maximum for multi-placing, and agree with getting the diamonds to the edge before placing, she says, so that you can see them in place. Thank you, Tina. Brenda, she said she has kept up with June Waffle. However, she tested positive yesterday for COVID. She said it has taken the wind out of her sails. She says she's enjoying the daily videos. Oh, it varies from person to person, but it gave me like flu-like symptoms for a few days, but oh my goodness me, it must have taken me weeks to get back to full energy. It felt as though it just took my energy for far too long. Far too long. It's, I say, some people, it's just fine and off they plod. And others, it's like going, whoo, and yeah, just knocks you for 6. So I do hope that you're feeling better soon. If not, rest lots. Because it is the tiredness that got me the most. Lady Dax, she says she's not sure that you'd want to know what's going on in her head right now. She says it's a bit like Spaghetti Junction. She said it's all going off in different directions. That sounds like my head on a daily basis. She said, but one thing she still must do, she said, is to sort out her diamond painting areas and workspace. She says she thinks that she has it planned out. She said, almost. I would love to see your plan, Lady Dax. If you want to pop it up on the Facebook group, I love a good sort of craft space. Organise and plan. I love seeing a good plan. Get your graph paper out. Do us a little plan. Because I love it. Absolutely love it. She said, thanks for another Brill, Whip and Waffle, and see you tomorrow. You will. I will be here. Tiffany, she said 310 and 939 is nearly impossible to separate. Oh yes, that would be the one that I would dread mixing together. I would need a really bright lamp / overhead lights, or maybe even daylight. I don't know what it is. I'd have to try multiple different light sources to figure out which one I could see the difference the easiest. But I'd have to sort them. I couldn't sort them on the go. Doing a black and a white, I could probably manage to sort out sort of as I went along diamond painting, because they're completely different. But yeah, 310 and 939, that would need to be a mission, or that would need to be a discard and get some from my spares and do it that way, because that is frightening. Sally, she says her chosen work in progress is Zesty Wolf. Good choice. She said thank you for the re-release. It is just over 12 months since she started watching, and she quickly moved on to subscribe and buy her first diamond painting. She says she's since completed 11 projects. She has 2 whips, and number 14 is the spectacular 197 colour Diamond Art Studio limited outside the sweet shop. Isn't that painting gorgeous? As soon as I saw that one, it caught my eye. The other one that's over 190s caught my eye. I've got a couple of the other new releases, I've got a couple of the other new releases as well. I am waiting for outside the sweet shop. I'm waiting for the restock. But yeah, there's just so many paintings that I want to do, which is why I force myself to decide on some paintings for giveaways, because I just don't have enough time to do all that I want. And I know I can keep some of them for future, and I will do. But every now and then I feel like I need to reduce the amount to let the ones that I have shine even more. But yeah, there's a couple that I'm itching. I'm itching to kit up. I'm itching to kit up some of the other splatterworks. My little sloth, my little koala, you know, they need bringing to life. But doing this one might keep, you know, my enjoyment of doing white blocks at bay just for a little bit. We shall see. We'll see what it's like by the time I finish my others that are on the go. But I am excited to do one of the 190 odd colours. I think that will be one that I will do a bit like my mystery. I think that's how I'll treat that painting. So I will have at least one other kitted up at the same time. And I will do, you know, if I do a section of it, I will then move on to another painting, because I think that's going to take a bit more brain power with all the symbols. So therefore, I think slow and steady wins the race with that one. Such fun, but I want to keep it fun. I don't want it to get to the end and me maybe saying I'm never touching that many colours again, ever. So I think, yeah, slow and steady with that one. Ina, she says, thank you for another great waffle. She said she nearly got another section done this evening. She said, but her cat decided to interrupt, so rude, and laid down on her arms. She said it is something that she often does when she's painting. She decided that she needed some attention and lots of cuddles. She said she couldn't resist. She is so sweet, she says, and almost never uses her nails on a person. She's now decided to get some rest, and she can now complete her section for the day. Yeah, they do get like that, I think, occasionally, animals. I mean, Luna has been so good today, considering I've been stood up packing orders all day. But then there was one time today and she's like, okay, you need to give me 5 minutes, Mum. You need to give me attention, and then I might let you continue with what you're doing. You just want that little bit of attention. Jeanette, she says she loves my kind and relaxing way. She says she started in April and she loves it. Oh, thank you so much, Jeanette. It's such a happy craft to do. Only Merlin, she says, where will they go? She says, I think we all have this problem in some way, shape or form where diamond painting is concerned. Yes, we always do. Where will all the diamond paintings go? It's amazing how many places you can find to tuck things when you want them. It can be so easy to find tucking spots for things. Sometimes it is remembering where you've tucked them that's the problem. Crystal says, hello from Texas. Hello, Texas. But it's warm over there. She says she loves watching / listening to your videos, while she diamond paints. She said it helps her to zone out and multi-place away. She says she uses an 8-placer and she prefers to place horizontally. See? Another one confirms we all work different. There's definitely some amazing tips and tricks out there for people to try, especially with the multi-placing comments that we've had. But do be assured, if it's not working for you, then it just might not be the way that suits you. If you're just built different, and that's okay. JJ Newton says she's enjoying this waffle as she was working on her first Heaven and Earth design. She said thank you for sharing. I hope it's all going well with your first Heaven and Earth design and that you're loving it. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it is fun to do. Sarah B, she said, Rebecca, alert, alert. She says a minor miracle has occurred. She said she actually managed to finish her section about 10 whole minutes before I did. This was on the 7th. She says she has no clue how it happened, but it was so momentous an occasion, she said she had to let the group know. She said also, she said she did want to give a suggestion. She says, but she's not sure how helpful it will be. She's not sure if they have these in the UK. She says, but in the US, we have places called self-storage, where you can rent a small room monthly to use as extra storage. Yes, we do have them. We actually, our housing estate is set back from a main road. And there's actually 3 that I know of on that main road. So we definitely have them. She said you can lock up the room and then you can come and go as you please. She said some of them are even climate controlled. She said just a thought for all of those extra shop goodies. That is always something we could potentially look at. I feel if we started going into potential self-storage for stuff, it's like, are we then getting to the point that we actually need to work out of a warehouse or something instead? Which I like my home comforts. It's just whether I can get something in the garden that's climate controlled, because our garden's quite big, so it could definitely take it. But if not, the likes of that sort of self-storage is something that may have to be a possibility. I just don't like the idea of lugging it all out the car when I need to go and, top up something. But yeah, we have got quite a few, and it is something that sort of throws about as a potential option, along with getting something built in the garden that we can use for housing, insulated enough to be able to house quite a bit of stuff. It's just all the things. At the moment, I'm just juggling all the boxes. After launch, the house is always a little bit more topsy-turvy than it is normally. So hopefully I'll be able to get things straight and sort of see where we're at. But yeah, if push comes to shove, a self-storage unit might be where we have to go. Alyssa says, she says this Diamond Art Studio painting is on her list. I don't blame you. There's quite a few amazing ones for the list, and quite a few new releases as well that need to go on your list. That's all I'm saying. Some beautiful ones out there. Gretchen. My computer is shouting at me and telling me that it's going to go sleep soon. Hopefully it'll last this waffle. Gretchen, she said something about you mentioning colours, she says, that are impossible to mistake for each other. She said it's triggered something in her brain about symbols that are possible to mistake for each other. She says she got a sneaky suspicion the areas she's told herself to trust the process may have actually been a mistake on her part. She said she checked, and sure enough, she'd put light grey where a dark brown was needed because her brain read the symbols wrong. She says there were 3 areas that she had to fix. She's reorganised her storage tray so that the problem symbols are next to each other. She said hopefully that will help her to remember that they both exist. Yeah, I had that problem with a symbol with my mystery painting, which of course doesn't help that there's no colour there to help it. Mine were next to each other, so that part's probably my own fault. What you can also do, and what's a good idea to do, if you have multiple symbols in a painting that are very similar to each other, is get a highlighter in different colours. So the 2 or 3 symbols that are similar to each other, highlight in one colour, and then if you've got another set of symbols that are similar to each other, use a different highlighted colour. And then basically once you get to, if you get hold of a pot, any pot that's got a highlighted symbol, to look at the other pot properly before you do it. So sometimes that's what you need, is just that extra little visual reminder to say, this is similar to something else. Double check. I did that with another Diamond Art Club painting that I had. I actually highlighted, I think there was about 6 symbols in total, each in 2s. So 3 sets of 2s that were similar to each other, and highlighting them really helped. Just to make me look and make me double check. And you can use the same highlighting colour, especially if you've got them close to each other, the offending symbols close to each other. But if you've got different highlighting colours, then why not make it a pretty rainbow? Because rainbows are pretty. Janita says she has finished a landscape today, and she started one with the ocean and the moon reflecting. She says it's huge. She says it is so many different shades of blue. As long as you're enjoying it, then it being big is good. You get to enjoy it for longer. Marianne, she says she has so many diamond painting pens. Oh, I just heard a crinkle then, and it was the plastic. She says she has so many diamond painting pens that she has started matching several pens to her canvas in various shapes and sizes. She said this also gives her achy hands a break and a change of position on how she's holding the pen. She said it also allows her to use numerous multi-placers. On her current kit, she says she has 7 pens with sizes from 3 to 15. She says she thinks her favourite sizes are 3, 4 and 5. After that, she says there seems to be more drill adjustments for spacing and alignment. Hang on, let me just change colours. But yes, she says she does use the 15 placer quite a lot. Wowzers, I'm in awe. Go girl. She says she thinks she's more of a confetti girl. She said large areas of colour blocking are boring to her. And she just wants to get through that part. She says, but at the same time, those large areas will show unevenness, especially if it's a light colour. So she will end up spending a lot of time on it. So it's not so bad when she does rounds because she uses a mesh ruler. But the squares, she says the rulers aren't very helpful. So her squares are done freehand and take much longer than her rounds. She says, but it's worth it, she says, because those squares seem to be So satisfying, she says, when they fit so nicely. Fit together so nicely. Oh, I thought I had another one of those. She also says, thanks for being you and keeping me and everyone else company. She said, and also thank you for the incentives during the June waffle. Well, if it keeps you diamond painting and keeps you getting that little bit of me time, then a few giveaways it is. Keep you all going. Keep you all diamond painting and getting a little bit of time for yourself. Oh, I nearly missed all these ones at the edges then. Too busy looking at my dots and not at the edges of different splatters. Nova Scotian Hiker says June is flying by. That it is. It is and it isn't. When I look at the June waffles that are left, the giveaways that are left, I'm like, oh, it's not going by that fast. But then when I look back at how many sections we've done on the diamond painting and how many waffles have been done, and I'm like, yeah, it is flying by, because it doesn't feel like it's been as many as I've done. Time is a weird thing. Sometimes it just does not make sense. That's my belief. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. Coley says, wonderful whip and waffle. They said they really love the pastel colours in this painting that I'm working on. It said, glad you and hubby enjoyed your trip. It's always nice to get away for a bit. So she can't wait to get her new storage tray system and try it out. She said, but she also hopes that she doesn't spill diamonds all over the place. She said, have a great day and thank you so much for a great whip and waffle. Well, this tray storage has come down off this desk over the weekend, and it got tucked down to the left of me on the floor, and it got tucked down there while me and Megan were in and out of this craft room packing about 90 orders from launch this weekend just gone, and it didn't get knocked, it didn't fall over. I think it may have got knocked a couple of times. I know there was definitely a couple of times that it got close, but it didn't get a huge crash at it. Not enough to make the trays move or even fall over. The time I have lost a tray is when I've sort of caught it with something underneath and actually sort of dragged it forward. That's the only time I've had an accident. So I think you'll be fine, and if you've got a place for it on the side, you'll be completely fine. I just need to get my others hung up on the wall so I can get my trays pretty. Janita, she said the painting that she's doing is dark blue and more dark blue and more dark blue. She said, as it's the ocean. Just a bit of dark blue then, Janita? Just a little bit? Are you bored of it yet? That is the question. She also says that my channel is awesome and that my voice is relaxing. Oh, thank you, Janita. Maybe it'll help you to get through your dark blue. There are some paintings that do feel like that, don't they? Just, oh, it's that colour again. Oh, it's a bit of a lighter dark blue. Oh, it's a darker dark blue. Hopefully, you will be able to get through it and get it all done. And the June waffle can help you. I did lose a little bit of my glue dot while I was painting. So that's what those tweezers were for. They were just getting that piece of glue dot. But that is another section done. Let me shut that laptop because it is shouting no end at me to put it on charge. So I'm going to go and do that. But we are doing really, really well on the right hand side. I have shut my laptop now, which means I haven't checked what tomorrow's will be. But we've got quite a bit of the white, and we've still got some colours left for it to pick at some point. I like the fact that there's a little splattering of colour in each and every square. But anyway, that is today's section done. I hope you've enjoyed diamond painting with me, and by all means go and watch some of my other videos if you want company while you finish up whatever your section may be. And yeah, I will speak to you all tomorrow.